We made it into Stockholm, Sweden last night, and today's our first day in Sweden, and so we're probably just going to be walking around and maybe checking out a Christmas market later and then doing some shopping. So yeah, let's go! We only ended up staying one day in Gothenburg, but it was such a pretty walkable city. They had so many great walking paths and like really good transportation. I'm really envious of their public transportation, especially in San Diego where I live. The public transportation just isn't as nice, so we had a great time there. But things got a little different the next day. We were leaving Gothenburg in the afternoon, so we only had like a few hours in the morning to kind of pack up, get ready, and then we had to go on our train. So I woke up pretty late because I needed to kind of catch up on sleep a little bit, and I go to the bathroom, I come out, and my parents are starting to freak out, and this was when I was kind of like, uh-oh, something's not right, and maybe today's not gonna go quite to plan. So I'm like, wait, what's going on? And my dad goes, your mom can't find her purse. And the reason why that was concerning was because all of our passports were in her purse. Like all 3 of our passports were in her purse because she carried her purse everywhere and she was supposed to keep a good eye on it. Love you, Mom. My mom can't find her purse, so we're literally going through the whole room, looking under the beds, looking under all these tables, looking through all the cabinets, whatever. Can't find her bag anywhere. Like, it's gone, nowhere to be found. We're freaking out. We're like, okay, we're gonna have to go to the embassy. We're gonna have to try to figure something out. Like, this might be the end of the trip. But my dad decided to go down to the front desk and ask if anyone had dropped off a purse or anything. They had a purse, one purse, and they kind of described it to him, but my dad, doesn't really know exactly what my mom's purse looks like. So they're like, well, we can't give you the purse unless we know it's yours. So can your wife come down and make sure it's her purse? So my mom ends up going down. Thank God it's her purse. Like, literally, thank God. Crisis averted. I was really worried that was just gonna be the end of the trip. We were only like 2 or 3 days in at that point, so that would have been really, really sad and, scary to lose your passports abroad. Luckily, they had my mom's purse and they had the passports. My parents had gone down to the bar the night before, and my mom didn't think she had brought her purse with her then. She thought she left it in the room, but she actually did bring it to the bar, and she just forgot it at the bar. So luckily, and by bar I mean the hotel bar. Luckily, a worker found it and turned it into the front desk, so we got her purse back and our passports back. But it was a little concerning for a minute, and the morning was definitely stressful, and we just kind of finished getting ready, and then we literally had to hop back on the train and go back to Stockholm. took a 17-hour long train ride from Stockholm to Abisko, and Abisko is like pretty much in the Arctic Circle, so it's usually really cold. Luckily we went when it wasn't like super cold yet, but it gets really cold up there in the winter. But it was cold, but it wasn't like super freezing, and it was still winter and snowy and pretty, but not freezing temperatures, which was nice. Abisko ended up actually being like my favorite spot we went to because it's just so peaceful and natural up there. Like the sunrises were so gorgeous. Like the sky just always like looked stunning when it was sunrise. We didn't have any sunsets because of how early the sun goes down in winter, but it was like so beautiful. Most of our time was spent doing stuff at night for like the Northern Lights, because that was the main reason we went up there. The crazy thing about the Northern Lights is I didn't realize this, but in person it's so much lighter than the pictures you see online. Like it kind of looks more like clouds in the sky. It's still really cool because you can still tell that it's the Northern Lights, but it's a lot lighter in person unless you get really good activity. It's pretty light in the sky, but the pictures is where you really get to see all the color, and we got some really cool pictures luckily, because I think we really only had like 3 or 4 nights to get pictures, and you know, the window, it can be pretty small for that. So luckily we got lucky that like most of our nights had some Northern Lights, and like one night, like our first night actually, was like one of the best nights we had for seeing the Northern Lights. We got some really cool pictures, and so that was really fun. But it was kind of funny that the night we actually had like professional cameras and people to help us with those cameras was the night we didn't see them, but it was still a fun experience regardless. We had a lot of fun in Abisko. We did a few tours for the Northern Lights, and then we also did a snowmobile tour, and that was probably the highlight of the trip for me. It was just so pretty to be out in the snow, and it was my first time driving a snowmobile, so that was really fun. And ultimately, like I think Abisko will just forever be one of my favorite places that I've ever visited, because it was just such a good experience and I just had so much fun there. But I got to see the Northern Lights, which was the biggest goal that I had, and so that was really cool and something I can check off my bucket list. But yeah, it was a really fun trip.